Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here in a warm room for once, talking. The only thing I've been doing lately is watching anime and making Magic the Gathering commander decks. Granted, I still have no one to play with. I'll probably never play with anyone ever again because I'm still antisocial, but I made a couple of commander decks. I'm gonna make one more. I'm gonna get a couple of cards in the mail, and I don't know. It's just something to pass the time. And once again, it's a hobby of mine because I'm gonna say I'm addicted to collecting. It brings me great joy to make a Magic the Gathering deck and then buy a couple of new cards and fix it up. I like to make. I know no one cares about this, but I've been playing Magic the Gathering since it first came out, so I think that's like, what is that, like 1993 or something like that? Oh, it was a long time ago. Um, so the one thing about Magic is you can still use the cards that they make now and the cards that they first made. I think they called Alpha. Like the cards back in 1993 still work with the cards they make in 2020. So that's the one thing I like about Magic. So like every like whatever couple of years, I'll buy new cards to throw into the old decks I have, and I'll fix them up. And I recently like looked at all the decks I had, and there's some I'll just never use, and I gave them to my neighbor because my neighbor has kids and stuff. Well, I'm sorry, I left them on his porch. He doesn't know I give him video games and card games because you know how people are. They don't want to be charity cases, but the guy has kids, so I'm like, oh, like, and he looks like the type that plays video games and plays collectible card games. But when you have kids, you don't have money to waste on that stuff, so I leave him on his porch. But yeah, so I've whittled down on my collection, so I have like a handful of decks now. And maybe one day I'll play with someone that's not me. Playing Magic by yourself is fun, but I'm sure there's a different dynamic when you play with other people. But anyway, so at my job recently, and yes, I have to admit I am one of the smartest people at my jobs. The people in charge are dumb. I can't say it any other way. There's a few people who are in charge who are smart. One of them is Elsa. She's a very intelligent, um, lovely young lady. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't wanna, get all worried about it, but she's a very lovely young lady. That's all I'm gonna say. But um, the person who I'm dealing with in the back, who's in charge of, I guess, taking stuff off the truck. Basically, like, a truck comes, they bring a bunch of stock. I take the stock, put it on a shelf. If there's no room for the stock, I back stock it. I put it back in the warehouse. It's pretty simple, okay? But sometimes they bring you like literally like 40 of the same thing. So obviously, you can't fit 40 of the same product on the shelves. Well, because like sometimes I'll have baskets. Like you can't fit 40 baskets on a shelf. You can only fit like three or four. Okay, so like in the back they stock everything on a crate. So they'll call me back to bring out a crate that has literally like whatever, like 30 of the same item, which is a complete waste of time because only one or two of those items can fit on the shelf. So why call me back to get it? It just wastes time. Okay, so the whole thing just wastes time. They should take that and just put it aside, but they don't do that. So one particular time, the girl in charge, she goes, what, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna save you lots of time. So she takes me to the back where there's like literally like 30 of the same item, and she shows me how to stack it on a crate. That's it. And I'm like, and then she looks at me like she just invented the wheel. She's like, doesn't that just save you so much time? And in my mind, I'm like, you're an idiot. What saves me time is if you just stack it on a crate and pull it aside instead of calling me back here to waste 15 minutes like we just did. So like, I'm saying, like, I'm dealing with idiots. But the thing is, the at most places the supervisor is the worst worker. That's why they're the supervisor, because they don't know how to work. Anyone can supervise. Anyone can go do this, do that. That's what I'm dealing with. So I just go, yeah, that saved me lots of time. Being sarcastic as usual and giving my third, fourth, fifth response, because if I gave my first response, no, that's a complete waste of time. I could have been out there working, and you could have just stacked this up yourself and pulled it aside. But no, instead you're showing me how to stack something. A retard, anyone knows how to stack something. There's, the only thing she was like, make sure the whatever, like the right side up, or it's like bullshit stuff, like bullshit common sense stuff. And she thinks she's inventing the wheel. How sad is it when your world is, I'm a supervisor in a chain store? Like, you're a nobody. I don't know. I don't understand the mentality of a person. I mean, well, anyway, I'm not. It can be someone else. I've seen other people in the store do the same thing. They're whatever. I don't sound like I'm nitpicking on her. It's just every supervisor, pretty much, except for like two or three, where they think that they're reinventing the wheel because they push a basket a certain way, or stack two boxes this direction instead of that direction, or move something over on a shelf. Like, it's quite sad actually, and I would feel sorry for these people, but I'm mean, so I just like to make fun of these people, and everyone talks shit about all of them. It's ridiculous. Like the girl who showed me how to stack stuff on a crate, everyone makes fun of her behind her back. I'm sure she must know. But Jesus Christ, like just everyone, like every time she talks on the walkie-talkie, someone is saying something bad about her. Well, not actually bad, for saying the truth. Like, she's doesn't know what she's doing, or she's slowing things down, or she's just yelling and screaming for no reason. Like, I don't know. But then another thing is, I don't mess with people's jobs, so it's not like I'm gonna like go to the big boss, go like, yeah, she sucks at her job. But I mean, she should be fired. She doesn't know what she's doing. It's quite sad actually. But there's a couple people like that. Like, I want to say most of the people in charge, if I was like really like wanted the business to be better, I'd fire them or like demote them and make someone else take their position. But once again, I don't mess with people's jobs, so I'm not, once again, I can't complain about cancel culture and then be someone who's trying to cancel people. So I'm not going to be like, I'm not gonna write a secret suggestion, go like, yeah, fire this person. I'm just not gonna do that. But I can acknowledge that they do suck at their job. So yeah, but like I just remember when she stacked stuff on that crate and looked at me and did that ta-da, like she just pulled a BMW out of a hat. I looked at her, I'm like, wow, I feel so bad for you. Like your life must be so sad. And then I started thinking like, I wonder what her house looks like, or whatever her apartment looks like. I bet you she has a guest over. She goes, have a seat. And she's like, see? Isn't like sitting down amazing? Or like whatever, I could picture like she's having dinner with someone. She's like, look at that. And you're like, what? That's called a fork. Isn't that amazing? Like you stab your food with it and you put it in your mouth. You don't have to use your hands. It saves so much time. You'd be like, well, what a fucking retard. I mean, that's what I imagine her life is. And that's sad. But once again, sad people are usually the people who are supervisors. People with the brains are the ones that actually work. And I'm not saying I work hard. I'm just saying I work because I want time to go by fast. To me, time doesn't go by fast when you're telling people what to do. But if that's your world, and you like spouting out pointless directions every 15 seconds, then this job is for you. But yeah, and then like I'm unfortunately I'm a very smart person, so I'm surrounded by dumb people. that's why I don't talk to a lot of people. Like at my job, I literally go out of my way. Actually, I don't go out of my way, but I talk to two people That's rarely. Well, because what I never see is a girl named Hillary and a girl named Elsa. Those two people are smart. I can tell. And I can also tell because smart people usually go out of their way to talk to other smart people. So those two girls have gone out of their way to talk to me. I'm cordial back. There's another girl that goes out of her way to talk to me. I don't talk to her yet because I don't know her name. Because I'm blind as a bat at this job. Because I'm wearing reading glasses, so I can't see. But I can see like what I have to read, but I can't see anything else. But I just say hi. But anyway, yeah, you're not surprised, right? I'm working with retards, but it is a essential job. That's the big picture. Is I work at a place. I work at a big business. This COVID, it's all bullshit, but this COVID is nothing but an attack on small businesses, and it's a transfer of power. I used to work at a small business. I can't work at that small business anymore because of the lockdown. I can work at a big business, though. I've accepted that. We now have a Democratic president. It's going to be like this for a while. So I am not going to complain about anything to anyone at my job. I'll talk about it here, but I'm not gonna do anything at this job to take away anyone else's job or make me promoted or demoted. I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing because in the end, it all comes down to who's in charge, and it's someone who doesn't know what they're doing, and usually things work themselves out. And trust me, someone else will most likely complain about her because every shift I've worked at, someone has complained about her, and I'm sure someone else is gonna want to make a power move or like I want to get promoted or take her spot, and they're gonna probably say something. But that's just how it is, and that's how all these jobs always work out. Because I've seen it happen a million times. There'll be a person in charge who thinks they know what they're doing. No one likes them. After a while, someone finally says something, and then it causes a domino effect. But anyway, I've said all I had to say. I'll talk to you later. Peace.